I got the book I Want My Hat Back by Jon Klassen. And I'm going to show you the questions to ask while you read this book with your kids so that you actually get the most out of reading comprehension. This book is about loss, ownership, deception, lying, the dark consequences of theft, politeness and the truth, and guilt and denial. So, Jon Klassen has some pretty serious books about stealing things. I think it's interesting, and they're all dark in a very subtle way. They're all like really dark in a subtle way. Anyway, first question, central idea. What problem is the bear facing and how does he propose to solve it? Super straightforward. The bear has lost his hat. How does he propose to solve that problem? He's going around the woods asking all the animals if they have seen his hat, and he is doing so in a very polite way. Everybody's saying please and thank you. That's what he's doing. Next question, character relationships. How do other characters make things better or worse for the bear? Okay, there's kind of two answers here, because one of them is the rabbit who is lying and deceiving because he stole the hat, and the other is the other animals who are being polite. They are telling the truth. Can they help the bear? No, but they're still being polite. They're telling the truth, so there's that. Okay, so is the rabbit going to help the bear? No. Their relationship is not good. The rabbit is being deceptive. The rabbit is lying. The rabbit doesn't seem to feel any remorse or feel bad in any way about the fact that he took the hat. He is just in complete denial that anything is wrong, and he doesn't seem to think he's done anything wrong. So the rabbit not doing good things for the bear. The other characters, they are being polite and they're telling the truth. Are they literally helping the bear? No, they're not. But insofar as like getting the hat back, they can't. But they're being polite, they're telling the truth. No, I haven't seen your hat. I can't help you. So in that sense, the other characters, the other animals are kind of helping the bear, even though they can't solve his problem. They're still being polite and nice. They're telling the truth. Unlike the rabbit, who is not telling the truth. Next question, character relationships. How do the other characters help or hurt the rabbit? Gosh, has anything else happened, or is this like kind of the same thing? He talks to the turtle, he helps the turtle. He talks to the snake, he helps the snake. Yeah, that's kind of the same question, same thing. Like they're not really helping, but they're being truthful and polite, and like the rabbit is in denial and lying. All right, next question, analyzing point of view. Does the bear show his feelings openly or does he hide them? All right, he shows them. He's lying down and he's like, man, I really like that hat and I really would like to have that hat back. So yeah, he's not feeling great about missing his hat. So here we see the themes of loss and ownership coming around, because he lost the hat. He now is without the hat. He owned the hat. It was his hat. So the idea of losing something that you owned, something that you just really liked it, and then it's gone. It sucks, you know, even though it is just an object. When you lose something that you really like, a favorite t-shirt, a favorite jacket, a favorite hat, a favorite pair of shoes, you do feel that sense of loss, because you're like, man, I really liked whatever that object was, and losing it is not fun. Next question, integrate visual information. What detail about the turning point moment does the illustration show? Okay, so this is after the turning point when the bear realizes that he has seen his hat, and your kid should be able to pick up on the fact that all of a sudden this entire illustration is red. Kind of indicating like maybe like an angry moment of realization, like an angry light bulb moment that the bear has. So it's not an accident that this page is red. None of the other pages are colored like that. So it's definitely an artistic thing that the illustrator did with this page that a child should be able to pick up on. They should be able to explain, like, oh, this page is red, that is different, that stands out, and it probably is highlighting this turning point moment in the story. So just a little detail about the illustration that a kid should be able to pick up on. That there is something different artistically going on there, and it's significant. All right, he's chasing after the rabbit, confronting the rabbit, got his hat back, loves his hat. Now, this is the really dark ending. Analyze point of view. What does the squirrel believe is happening? What do we as the readers know that the squirrel doesn't? So, okay, here's the dark consequences. The squirrel asks the bear, "Did you see a rabbit in a red hat?" Now, the bear is lying. The bear is in denial about having done something wrong. I don't know, I guess that's up for the debate if you think the bear had a right to eat the rabbit or not. Yeah, the consequences are, the stakes were high for this hat. The bear ate the rabbit, but now he's lying about it. Was he right to eat the rabbit? We don't know. I don't know, you can decide that. But yeah, we have the dark consequences of the very dark consequences of theft because the rabbit is now, well, his little life is over. The bear ate him, but the bear has his hat. So kind of a dark consequence here. And now the bear is kind of doing the same thing, lying, deception, saying that he didn't eat the rabbit. So yeah, I really don't know what totally to make of the end of this, whether you think that's okay or not. This is what I meant by, like, I think Klassen has some very interesting yet dark lessons about stealing and lying about it and taking things. Anyway, it's a super cute book. Very interesting ending. Bear eats the rabbit. But yeah, about loss, ownership, deception, lying, dark consequences of theft, the polite truth, politeness and telling the truth versus guilt and denial. And that is I Want My Hat Back by Jon Klassen.